All right, let's talk about passive income. Today, we're putting together the ultimate playbook. But this isn't going to be just another list of ideas you've already heard. Nope, we're looking ahead to what's actually going to work in 2026. Because, let's be real, the game is changing fast.
I mean, that's the dream, isn't it? This line from Shopify just perfectly sums up why we're all so fascinated by this idea. It's about building systems that work for you, so you get more freedom, more flexibility, and yeah, more money. But the real question is, how do we actually get there?
Okay, first things first, let's get our definition straight. Most of us are stuck on the active income treadmill, right? You trade your time for money, you stop working, the paychecks stop coming. Passive income is the complete opposite. Think of it like this. You do all the hard work up front to plant a tree, and then it just keeps giving you fruit for years with very little daily effort.
Now for a major reality check. And this is something every single expert agrees on, from big banks to YouTube creators. Passive income is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is not free money. There is always an investment up front. That could be your time, your skills, or your cash. The passive part, yeah, that comes later.
So you go online and there are literally hundreds of ideas. It can be kind of overwhelming. So how do we make sense of it all? Well, it turns out you can group pretty much every single strategy into 4 main categories. This framework is going to help us cut through the noise.
And here they are, the 4 big paths to profit. You can think of them as 4 completely different ways of thinking. You've got investing, where you make your money work for you, creating, where you build something once and get to sell it forever, renting, which is all about monetizing stuff you already own, and finally, building a business, where you create automated systems that run themselves.
Let's kick things off with investing. This is the classic path, right? Use your money to buy assets that then generate more money. We're talking about things like dividend stocks that pay you a piece of a company's profits, or REITs, which are basically a way to earn money from huge real estate projects without having to be a landlord. It's all about your money doing the heavy lifting.
Next up, we have creating. This path is for all you creative people, all you experts out there. It's about putting in the time and the skill up front to make a digital product, like an online course, an ebook, or even a YouTube channel, and then you can sell it or monetize it over and over again. All the work is front-loaded, which means the profits down the line can be amazing. Path number 3 is renting. And you know, this one is super practical because it's about making money from things you probably already have. That spare room? It could be an Airbnb. That empty garage? Someone will pay to store their stuff in it. You can even rent out your car when you're not using it. It's about turning things that are just sitting around into cash-flowing assets. And our last path, building a business. This one is all about creating those automated systems. So with something like dropshipping, you set up an online store, but someone else handles all the products and the shipping. Or with affiliate marketing, you earn a commission just for recommending other people's products. The goal here is to build a machine that runs and makes money without you.
Okay, so we've got our 4 paths. Awesome. But remember, we're looking at 2026, and that means we have to talk about the huge elephant in the room, artificial intelligence. Because believe me, it changes everything.
So here's the billion-dollar question. As AI gets smarter and starts automating all these tasks that used to be great side hustles, how do you pick a strategy that isn't going to be obsolete in like a year? Which of these income streams are actually built to last?
The truth is, some of the most popular ideas, especially in that building a business category, are under some serious pressure right now. The very things that made them so easy to get into are also what makes them vulnerable to AI and just getting way too crowded.
And check this out. This quote from investor Dan Martell is, well, it's pretty blunt. He's basically arguing that a lot of those go-to online businesses are just dead in the water in this new AI era. It's a harsh take for sure, but it's one we really have to think about. So to figure out what's what, Martell has this simple but brilliant trash filter. Before you jump into any idea, you ask these 3 questions. Is AI already doing this better and cheaper? Is the whole industry shrinking? And this is a big one. Is it actually easier to lose money than to make it? If you answer yes to any of those, it's a huge red flag. Just move on. So, what's the secret sauce for 2026? Well, pretty much all the future-focused experts agree on this. You have to lean into skills that AI can't just copy. We're talking about things that use your brain more than your hands. Things like real strategy, deep creativity, and building a genuine connection with people. That's the stuff that's going to.
With all of that in mind, it becomes pretty clear that the best passive income stream isn't some secret you find online. It's about what fits you. So let's figure out how to build your own personal strategy. Shopify lays out this fantastic, super practical roadmap. First, just look inward. What are you actually good at? What do you enjoy doing? Then, be really honest with yourself about your resources. How much time and money can you actually put into this? Match that up with what you're trying to achieve financially, and this is key. Start small. Test the waters before you go all in.
And this chart really brings all those trade-offs to life. I love this. So take something like video editing. The upfront cost is super low, like a 1 out of 5. But the time it takes to get good is a medium 3. Now compare that to REIT investing. You need more money to start, but the learning curve is really low. You see? There's no one best option. There's just the best option for your situation.
Okay, you've looked at the options, you've filtered them through the realities of 2026, you've found your fit. Now it's time for what is often the hardest part, just making that first move.
And you really don't need a fortune to get started. I mean, check this out. According to US Bank, you can open some high-yield savings accounts and start earning interest with as little as $25. $25. It's not going to make you a millionaire overnight, of course, but it gets you in the game. It gets your money working for you from day one.
As you get going, it's really helpful to understand the spectrum of effort here. Dan Martell breaks it down into these buckets. You've got an easy bucket idea, like doing some basic video editing, where you could start getting paid in a month or two. Then you've got the hard bucket, like building an entire software product. That could take a decade to pay off big, but the return could be massive. You just need to know which game you're playing.
And now we've come to what might just be the most important slide here. The number one reason people fail at this stuff is something called shiny object syndrome. You know what I'm talking about. You try dropshipping for a month, then jump to YouTube, then to crypto, never sticking with one thing long enough for it to actually work. Consistency is everything.
This quote just hits the nail on the head. The real secret isn't finding some magic idea nobody's ever heard of. The secret is picking a solid path and then committing to it. 1,000 days of focus. That's the kind of mindset it takes to build something that actually lasts. So, there you have it. We've covered the what, the why, and the how. We've filtered the ideas for this new AI era, and we've laid out a real strategy for getting started. The playbook is in your hands. The only question left is, what's your first move going to be?